Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Kupz the Universe, and we are back with another one. Um, Everything is good. Hope everybody's well. Yo, this whole Drake and Kendrick rap battle thing is going crazy, right? It's going crazy. I like the drops. I like how they dropping them. Personally, the timing is crazy. They never have rap battles with professional people drop so fast, right? Back to back. Basically, let's just get to it, right? Because I did a whole video and the sound was done. So I'm just gonna be as quick as possible now. Drake and Kendrick. I feel like Kendrick could be up. That song, They Not Like Us is a hit, right? That song Meet the Grams, if it got truth in it, that's a devastating rap thing. Drake don't got a daughter, Drake ain't a pedophile, it lost its power, right? If it loses its power, and in the next song he's calling Drake a freaky 6ix9ine god and all this other crap, right? Not crap, but what he feels he is. But if it's not true, then it also takes away a little bit from the validity of that song. Now that beat, Mustard on a beat, and them knocking that beat was crazy, right? But my thing is, boom. I feel like, okay, so let's grade it. Lyrics, right? Got Drake saying things like, I don't want to chip a nail. You do splits that your pants might rip, right? You got Kendrick saying, well, let me see you do splits. You got Kendrick saying, you're a manipulating kind of guy and you do this and that, right? Then you got Drake saying, oh, you beat on your women. And then Kendrick like, yo, you're a pedophile. Like, this is just a bunch of back and forth kind of insanity to see who can make the fans kind of turn against which one, right? I'm not turning against neither one of them. I'm just keeping it 100, right? So we got childish bars, like filler lines within these bars. Cool. I caught that. Then we got the fact that Kendrick may be like embellishing on the part, like the whole point about T, if you're going to release T in a music song or whatever, or expose somebody, is that it has to be true. When it's not true, then it's like, fabricated. Of course, that's the fabrication of it. But then it's like, okay, well, do we let that go because we just want him to win? Right? Because let's think about it. If it would have been somebody that says, yo, somebody's a snitch, right? And then y'all would have liked the person that they said the snitch would have been like, yo, where's the paperwork? Where's the paperwork? Where's the paperwork, right? And I'm guaranteeing that if y'all didn't like the person, y'all wouldn't really care about the paperwork. Y'all try to push the agenda, right? So cool. So we got somebody calling somebody a snitch. You got somebody calling somebody a pedophile with no proof, right? No paperwork, no registry, no nothing. Okay, cool, boom. But my thing is, if we all just lying, then cool. Then he's still up. But if he's lying to me in my book, then I feel like Drake and Kendrick is even, or even Drake is a little more above, right? Just because of the facts. Now, in his new song he dropped, he said things like, this and that and the third. I'm telling the truth. I'm gonna wait for you to tell the truth. So I'm assuming Drake's been telling the truth. But in that last song, the reason why everybody's acting like, Kendrick is the winner already is because they feel like, I heard it in the song, right? Like, you battle rapping somebody. Now, like, Drake kind of said, like, yo, man, I don't want to battle you no more, right? Kind of like that. I'm not even trying to, like, go against Drake or anybody, for the matter. I like the fact that both of them was doing it, making good music is for the culture, and I feel like it's better to uplift everybody in a way more than not. But I feel like that they whole little situation they got going on is a little outdated now. It's a little tasteless now. I feel like Super Ugly was disqualified because Jay-Z was talking about leaving condoms in his baby mother's seat and all that, and the whole industry thought that was foul. But now if somebody says you're a pedophile and they're lying, it's just like, yo, the lies is cool. We can leave the lies. So it must be so many people that don't like Drake in the industry beyond just rappers. You know what I'm saying? So my take on this whole thing is that Kendrick could be up a little bit, or even with Drake. Either way, I feel like both of them put on a good show. The whole number one, the big top three, J. Cole, if anything, is gonna be third by default. Because J. Cole kind of bowed out. So J. Cole already kind of said like, yo, you know what? Y'all guys got this. I'm not the best, right? So now is Drake and Kendrick for number 1 and 2 spot. So if y'all say Kendrick won, then y'all can give Kendrick the number 1 and say Drake is number 2. And if you say Drake won, then you can give Drake the number 1 and give Kendrick the number 2. But either way, J. Cole gets neither one of those positions. He's in the third by default. And the minute another MC come up and really kind of takes the lead and challenge, like J. Cole gets bumped out of third, to me, in my opinion, right? But that's just me, right? You feel how you want to feel. So that part. What else? What did I miss last video that I was thinking? So yeah, so besides some of the childish bars, besides the little childish gossipy, girly gossipy, oh, you hit your girls and oh, you a pedophile and 699, 6 freaky ass nigga. Like they sound mad. It sound like Kendrick was really triggered a little bit more than Drake. Like I feel like Kendrick got triggered a little more about that whole, Whitley line and him talking about his baby mother and shit. So that means there's a touchy situation. So I kind of, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, whatever, right? Me personally, I would just do it without actually doing all that tea dropping nonsense. I can rap bars like I'm like a bar god, right? Like I'm like one of them that can write it crazy. So I could just make bars and go crazy with just things and not necessarily have to say, well, you got raped by your dad when you was 10 or some weirdo nigga shit and to really, you know what I mean? Like, that's not even an ill. If I don't put it in an ill bar format, it won't even sound ill. But think about it. Y'all will geek off of that. Like, oh, Kendrick said, fuck the big three. Oh, that was like all he said was fuck the big three. I was like, oh my God, it was the best bar ever. And I'm not knocking Kendrick. I'm just saying, that's how y'all respond to shit. Y'all be fucking tweaking. At the end of the day, it set off the whole situation, and now they here, right? I got love for the West Coast. I got love for you guys. I just wish you guys wasn't so biased. Y'all got the super gang culture, understand, and y'all didn't create hip hop, understand. But because y'all created the gang culture, gangster rap kind of did come out of your territory, right? So y'all got this whole West Coast energy that is original to you guys, and I feel like Kendrick tapped into that bloodline. He tapped into that West Coast culture that They Not Like Us song is like a certified hit. I'm just going to keep it real. It's a certified hit with the lies or without the lies. It's just the lies take away from the validity of it. If it would have had all truth in it, that song would have been ether. But it's not the ether, okay? So that's why it's like, nah, whatever. So shout out to the West Coast. Shout out to all you guys, because I do like the fact that y'all hold down each other. But y'all got to remember, y'all coast is one big-ass California and then Washington, right? Our East Coast side is a bunch of separate little states. New York, Philly, North Carolina, South Carolina, blah, 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 down to Florida. Right, it's not really the East Coast other than the coast of America, continental America. Y'all call the West Coast like a fucking gang, my nigga, like West Side, and that'd be like y'all gang, right? And that's understandable because y'all live a gang culture. It makes sense. But my thing is, I feel like y'all not really giving Drake a fair chance. Like y'all not really listening to the critical lyricism in his bars and things of that nature. Y'all not really doing that. I feel like the West Coast never really gave a fuck about lyrics like that, right? Because a lot of people used to try to say back in the days that West Coast didn't have, like, they wasn't lyrical like that, right? That was the whole issue back in the day. So Common Sense battled Ice-T back in the day. There's a couple conscious rappers that tried to battle the West Coast, and, like, it gets nerfed because nobody want to hear that soft shit with that gangster shit at, right? That's how they was at. So with this song that just came out with Kendrick Lamar, it got that whole gangster energy, got that whole original, got that whole West Coast vibe to it. And so, because of that, it's going to be undeniable. It's original. It's an original style from them. And it's like, that song was going to be a hit regardless. You see what I'm saying? Because that's their sound. I never really was a big fan of the Computer Love sound. Shout out to Cali, though, for making it still original. But I just never really was a fan of it. So it was like it was hard to really get into their songs. And then I wasn't really putting the words together like that. And then when Eminem came, it was like, boom. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick was like the next one with the ball. Boom. Now, everybody shout out to all the West Coast artists because y'all all have y'all rawness. Y'all all have y'all realness. And I mess with y'all music for different purposes. I'm not looking at y'all music for like a lot of lyrics. I look at it for the vibe and for the feeling and for the mood. Like y'all be having that energy, right? So it was cool. But I just feel like y'all don't give people a fair chance. And y'all always be like West Coast and then say East Coast right after it. Drake ain't even from America. Drake ain't even from the East Coast. So y'all need to say Canada, right? This battle is between Canada and West Coast. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Drake represents Canada and West Coast, Kendrick represents the West Coast. He's not saying, Kendrick not like, yo, I represent the whole America. He represents Bompton, right? So salute to that, of course. Salute to Bompton and all that, right? But I'm just saying. So, I just feel like a little bit of the biases make it hard for anybody to whatever. But like I said, Kendrick made his bop. West Coast got their hit song for the summer. They got their party jam. They got their strip club jam. So they don't really care about nothing else that Drake got to say. They're going to be celebrating this song because it's been a while since they had a universal West Coast track that like the whole coast, the whole Americas is really bopping to, because I can't take nothing away from that song. Other than it got the double down on the pedophilia lines that if it's not true, y'all should all be pointing at Kendrick like, son, that's not even valid, bro. Like, why would you try to do that in a battle? You're better than that. You know what I'm saying? Both of these artists are better than the gossip that they're trying to throw at each other to end each other's career. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it like that. But like I said, I listen to Meticulism too, right? I heard a lot of baby bars from jabronis, from Pulley give you a wedgie, and put the wedgie, flip you over the boxes. Like, come on, bro. Oh, your pants might rip and split and I don't want to chip a nail. And then like, come on, bro. Oh, I wish you should die. You should die. Like, come on, bro. Those are not battle bars. That's just like emotional instability. That's all that, you know what I mean? And a bunch of sensitive people that get together and now, like, they upset about what was said. I don't think it's over. I think maybe Kendrick is up a little bit, but with the lies, I give him an even kill. And then even with the lies, I might give Drake a little more if Drake was telling the truth. That's just me. I stand on the truth. I don't give a fuck about how bad it hurts your feelings. So I stick with the truth because that's what's really real. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, industries are buying out independent distributions to start trying to get the indie artists and start offering you record deals. They're going to try to offer you advances to take your hot songs off the distro situation. They're going to end up splitting the shares, 50 with them, 50 with the streaming company, which means you possibly sell out your royalties. They're basically buying people's royalties. That's what they're trying to do. They don't want you to have a legacy. They don't want you to have a generational wealth because you're melanated and they don't give a fuck about you. They would want to kill you if they could and get away with it. But since it's like inhumane, they just like, yo, we got to find ways to keep them under us because we don't want to see them do anything. You ever had somebody just hate you for no reason just because of what you look like? I don't think people really understand that that's really what it is, because in that, they be like, oh, I'm scared of these people, so let me kiss their feet. And then they just get sunned all day, right? Now, I'm not trying to start no violence. I hope the Palestinian and the Israel thing get solved cool. All the independent artists, make sure you find independent distributors that's actually not going to sell out, because the labels are buying out the company owners and they get guaranteeing them a certain finder's fee for these type of performers and artists. So they're going to be definitely with it, okay? So I want y'all to pay attention to that. And also as well, I want y'all to mac and stay well. I want y'all to be blessed. I want y'all to tweak. I think Kendrick and Drake both are great artists. I feel like the West Coast definitely has a sound that's their own, even though they didn't invent hip hop. East Coast did. And I think that they invented that sound that goes so well with their gangster rap. And I feel like that Kendrick just capitalized on it. I haven't heard a West Coast song like that in a minute, bro. So that might be that for a minute, man. But maybe he'll motivate the rest of the West Coast to pop out too with some hot bangers too, bro. I like the West Coast energy. I would come out there and visit. I just feel like they're so biased to everybody else. I'd be like, nah, man. I'm even killed, man. I've met LA people in New York and I treat them like they from New York. It ain't no, yo, you from the West Coast, man. You doing here? Like, it ain't none of that weirdo nigga shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Only they do that. I feel like maybe this just an exert of power. Maybe it's just something that they, it's a over hyper masculinity going on or something. Like, just gotta prove something, right? I'm not mad at it, guys. I'm just saying what it is. So, yo, again, my take on this hip hop rap battle, it was very good. It was very needed for the culture, but I feel like a little childish with some of the bars, some of the filler lines in these songs. I don't think none of them should have filler. And then I feel like, the lies that Kendrick may have been saying, right? I think that takes away from the integrity of it. Then I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick do have a bop. And I feel like Drake got some bops too, but I'm not going to listen to it till like after the fact of everything. And then we're just going to enjoy the songs more so as good music versus it being like, what the hell? Versus it being like, My hair's out. I need to comb my hair. I don't know how. I can't find a little piece that. There we go. Found it. Yeah. So I feel like they're even, and even still, Drake is a little bit more the winner to me. I would give it to Drake because if you listen to what Drake is saying, it's really kind of like very well lyrically put together. Kendrick got some lyrics too in his joint, so I'm not taking from him. But I feel like, you know, when you say a lot of curses in your song, that's because you can't find the right words to say. So that's another filler. These artists are too lyrical to be playing around with like word fillers and sentence fillers, right? Let's just be for real. And then going the T route was kind of whack because I just wanted them to just go with the bars and I wanted them to outbar each other. It didn't have to be nothing personal, bro. They could have left their families out of it. They could have left all that shit out of it. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. At the end of the day, it's good for the culture. I hope everybody like it. At the end of the day, Drake's song, kind of the last song he did, kind of states, like I said, he said he don't want to battle no more, so it kind of takes away from like he almost like he bowed out in a little way. He should have never said those words, but he also said a lot of times in that song that is not done. I'm gonna see you when I see you, right? So it's I don't know where that's going. I just hope it stays on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming that maybe in the future Drake will still be dissing Kendrick and be some freaking banger pop out one day. You won't even expect it. I feel like that's what he's doing now. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everybody stay well, stay blessed, stay yourself, stay great. Stay winning, stay motivating yourself, stay loving yourself, because who else is going to do it for you? You're looking for somebody else to do it, you're going to be upset your whole life. You better love yourself and get with the program. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stay blessed, love God, kiss your children, hug your kids. If you can't, if you're being forced not to see them, just see them in the spirit. And it should be good. And a lot of people have kids and then think they're their possession. And they want to possess them. You know what I'm saying? So I like, hey, listen, you're little people, live your life. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it in my situation. So everything's good with me. I don't care. It's not like I don't want to be there in situations, but it's like, you know, when you're forced to it, it's like, fuck it. Who gives a fuck? I'm not going to bitch up and cry, right? I'm a soldier. So it is what it is. Get through it. Anyway, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that I know, everybody I don't know. Good luck to everybody that's up trying to do something great. I hope that the ceasefire in Israel stop. Now they in Israel mad at America because they don't want to give them the ammo to click off on everything, and they want to still go click off. So, you know, let them go click off. Now I don't know what's going on. Semitic versus Semitic. If you diss either one of the sides, you're anti-Semitic. So it's like whatever. Everybody stay great though, and I'm out. Peace. One love.